that business is like merry-go-round of money. Money comes in, money goes out. We need to understand how is this happening, how the money is coming, how the money is going. There is another example to look at it. There is a water tank. There is an inlet, is a pipe from which water is coming in the tank. And there is an outlet, a pipe from which water is going out. Now, if the inlet is on, outlet is closed, what will happen? The water keeps coming, but nothing goes out. So in the tank will get filled. If the inlet is on, outlet is on, what will happen? The water will come in the tank, and from the tank it will go out. But if the outlet is on, but inlet is stopped, what will happen? Whatever is there in the tank will go out, and at one moment there will be no water. Same thing is about money. Money will come in, sometimes it is surplus, so it remains with us, but after some time it will go out. So we have to be very clear from where does the money come in and where does the money go out. So we need a good understanding in any business from where the money comes in and where the money goes. From where the money comes in is called source of money. Wherever the money goes is called application of money. Let's be very clear. We are beginners. We are not pretending to become expert now. What is important for us is to understand and get an idea. So we start. In any business, the money will come from where? First, whoever starts, you or me are starting the business. So we start business with some money on the table. That's called owner's money. That is also called capital. Now there may be one owner or there may be 3-4 partners who want to do business together. All the money that they pull together is the same, is owner's money, capital. So first source, the first water coming in the tank, the first money coming into the business is coming from the owners in the form of capital. This money will remain in the business. The merry-go-round, it will keep coming, going, but will remain in business. This may be enough or may not be enough. Now, if it is not enough, then what do? Then we take money from others who are not owners, who are not body profit or anything. They give us money for us to run our business. Whatever profit we make is our profit. If we don't make profit, is our point. They want their money to be returned in some time, and they want a reward, is called interest for the money that we used. This source of others' money, which comes for a shorter period, is called borrowing. So in any business, the starting supply comes from either owners or from the borrowing. Should we borrow? Should we not borrow? Is borrowing good? Is borrowing bad? Every business person has a philosophy about borrowing being good or not good. As per their philosophy, they will live their life because that makes them feel comfortable. So some people are very comfortable borrowing money. Some people are not comfortable at all. Now the second category of people who are not comfortable, if for any reason there was a shortage in the pipeline and they had to borrow, they feel very uncomfortable. Only when they will repay all the borrowing, they will feel comfortable. Is it right or wrong? We don't know, because there is nothing called right or wrong. This is something that is the comfort level of the people. But if we look from management angle, there is nothing wrong in borrowing as long as the borrowing is used for productive purpose, for buying potato, for making chips, for marketing, for employing people and business. If the money borrowed is used for personal consumption, for going to Switzerland for a vacation, you come back, there is no inflow later on. then borrowing is bad. Third, if borrowing is done for something called speculation, I will borrow 1 crore and buy shares, and now tomorrow the share becomes half, then borrowing also become half. How will I give the money back? So borrowing could be considered as good if it is used for productive purpose. Borrowing is definitely bad if it is used for personal consumption or if it is used for speculation. As long as in the business the money generated is more than the interest that is to be paid, is worthwhile borrowing, but subject to comfort level of the people. So here we have two sources: owner's money. Some people prefer that all money we will put, we don't want borrowing. So then their all money put together, capital. Some people will say, okay, I have limited money, but I need more money. So they will put their capital and will also borrow. So we have two sources, capital and borrowing. With this money, we start our business. What do we do? Maybe we rented an office and we spent on interior of the office. We set up a factory, and with this money, we bought some machines. We wanted to have a call center, so with this money, we set up computers. Now, all these are one time. They are not going to get consumed tomorrow. The effect of this is going to be there for a long time. And that is why they are called investment. Interior, machines, computers, even cars, transportation vehicles, these are all called fixed investment. That once you do it, it will remain in that form only. And that is why it is called one of the major application of money is in fixed asset required to run the business. Interior, even buying office, buying factory or renting factory, but machines of the factory or of the equipment, these are all one time. They are called fixed assets or investments. This is one outlay, one application. Then there is another application that is called working capital. It means this application will go into the rotation. We will buy raw material, we will do the processing. In the meantime, we will incur all the other expenses, we will make the payment. This will go to the customer, he will pay us money, again we will buy material. This is going on in a circle. It's called operating capital, working capital, operating cash cycle, different terms. But the peculiarity is that it goes on changing the form. From back cash in my hand to now, I have bought something. So now cash has got converted into inventory. Inventory was of raw material, say potato. Now I have made chips out of it. So now the money has got converted from potato to the chips. This material I packed into retail nice thing. So now it is marketable packaged chips. Then this goes into the customer. So now that money has got converted into money to be received from the customer. And then eventually actual money comes. So this is working capital which goes on changing forms all the time. Whereas fixed capital, fixed investment remains the same. I have bought machinery, it will be always machinery. So far what we have seen, money is a flow. Water tank, things come, things go. The things that come in the beginning divided into two parts, either owner's money, is called capital, or borrowing, taking from others, called borrowing. Application of the money, one is fixed assets, another is working capital. In every business, it is worthwhile to understand the composition of the source. How much is the owner's money, how much is borrowing. Same way, in the business is also important to understand the application of money. How much is into fixed assets, how much is into working capital. What it should be, we are not going to conclude it right now. Right now, our objective is to understand the flow of money. We have visualized a water tank. We must know from where the money will come in the tank and where the money is going to go. If the inflow is less than the outflow, very soon there will be no money left in the tank. There will be cash flow crisis. On the other hand, if the inflow is more than the outflow, money will remain in the business and we will be easy to make any payment anytime. So for our idea is this, that we have to study in our business what are the sources broadly, owner's money and borrowing, what are the applications broadly, fixed assets and working capital. Before we conclude, there is one more part. We bought potato, we bought raw material. We made into chips. It means we made a finished product and we sold. Obviously, what we sold is more value than what we paid. So what is the difference? Selling minus cost is the profit. Now that profit when we we have two choices, either to take out or remain in the business. Now majority business people, they know that business requires money, so they take minimum capital, withdraw minimum capital and let the money remain in the business. Now this changes our equation. We said source is what the owners bring. But here there is one more source, the profit generated by the business. When profit generated by the business is retained in the business, it gets added to the capital. I started with 100 rupees. I made a profit of 20. So now 120, it is whose? Is owners. So it's called owner's money, but it's not capital. So there is another term, it's called net worth. Capital that was brought in plus profit that is retained together are all owner's money. They are called net worth. So now we change the equation. Owner's money brought or retained is called net worth. Outsider's money borrowed is called borrowing. These two are source. Applied in fixed assets or applied in working capital. These are the applications. And for everything, the businessman has a philosophy. We can buy a car, then it is a fixed asset. Or we rent the car, then it is not a fixed asset, it is just regular expenses. So the owner has a way of thinking. What we need to do is to understand in our business source and application and discuss with the owners about their philosophy about borrowing and their philosophy about how much to put fixed asset and how much to do working capital. Be very clear, we are not the judge. We don't have to conclude anything. All that we have to do is to understand one way, the owner's way of looking at the source and application.